All right, so this paper was going around a lot, around anti-vaccine circles a few weeks ago, and I got a lot of questions about it, so I figured I should talk about it here. It's autopsy-based histopathological characterization of myocarditis after anti-SARS-CoV-2 vaccination. So this is a German study where essentially they did autopsies of 25 people who had died unexpectedly within 20 days of a SARS-CoV-2 vaccination. And so what they found was they were able to characterize myocarditis in a fraction of these patients. I think it was 8.6% of these patients. They found myocarditis. However, the authors are very clear in this paper about its limitations, how there's no control group, how their findings are qualitative or descriptive in quality, and their study doesn't allow any epidemiological conclusions in terms of incidence or risk estimation. Meanwhile, there are lots of other large studies that some of which include autopsies that fail to find a really significant association or even a causal link between COVID vaccination and these outcomes, specifically sudden death. They talk about their limitations here. The authors also did not completely rule out that COVID or another cause was responsible for the myocarditis that they observed. So ultimately, you can't use this paper to say that COVID vaccines are causing these deaths. It's just not there. There is no causative link. It's not powered to find a causative link. It's not powered to make a risk estimation. None of that. Meanwhile, we have other papers, like I said, that do address those questions more strongly. And we see that very consistently, not only is your risk of severe cardiac outcomes higher with COVID than without COVID or with vaccination, but COVID vaccines themselves, when they cause myocarditis, these patients usually recover very quickly and don't have any lasting negative health effects. Because again, that's what we would expect. Myocarditis is caused by other vaccines other than SARS-CoV-2 vaccines, and we don't observe long-term events from this myocarditis. And if we do, it's extremely rare, like there will be one case report in the literature. So anti-vaxxers using this paper to say that COVID vaccines are causing these deaths either have not read it, don't understand the literature, or both and more. So there you go. There's that paper.